Hari Om Nana ji.
Namaste. Hari Om.
Hari Om Nana ji.
Hari Om.
Mrinal, my phone battery is little low. Can I make you the host for a short time? And then you can shift whenever you my. Is it
Yeah,
okay?
whatever you do, whatever is convenient.
Yeah. Because it should not go suddenly off. My battery.
No problem. No problems.
Yeah. Thank you. You can then depute whoever you feel. Huh? Yeah, Nanaji, we are ready. Huh? You can start.
Yeah, we have got 3 more minutes. I'll just wait for the minutes to pass. Okay?
Okay, Nanaji. Nanaji, you want me to read later on 16th chapter? Please tell me, okay?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can start now.
Yes, Nanaji, please start.
Okay, thank you. ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया न मे विदुः प्रभवं न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः यो माम् अजम् अनादिं च वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढः समर्त्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते बुद्धिर्ज्ञानमसम्मोहः क्षमा सत्यं दमः शमः सुखं दुःखं भवो भावो भयं चाभयमेव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिः तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधाः महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाता येषां लोक इमा प्रजाः एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकम्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवः मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावसमन्विताः मच्चित्ता मद्गतः प्राणाः बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्तः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता अर्जुन उवाच परं ब्रह्म परं धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम् आदिदेवमजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वां ऋषयः सर्वे देवर्षिर्नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे सर्वमेतद्रुतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवानदानवाः स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्तत्वं पुरुषोत्तमा भूतभावनभूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिर्भिर्लोकान् इमां स्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगिन् त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूय कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहं पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्यैकमक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः उच्चैश्रवसमश्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणाम् अर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणां पवनः पवतामस्मि रामशस्त्रभृतामहं झषाणां मकरश्चास्मि श्रोतसामस्मि जाह्नवी सर्गाणाम् आदिरन्तश्च मध्यं चैवाहमर्जुन अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादप्रवदतामहम् अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च अहमेवाक्षयः कालो धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ते श्रीर्वाक्च नारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा बृहत्साम तथा साम्नां गायत्री छन्दसामहं मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः ज्योतं चलयतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहं जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्वं सत्त्ववतामहं वृष्णीनां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां धनञ्जयः मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः कवीनाम् उशना कविः दण्डो दमयतामस्मि नीतिरस्मि जिगीषतां मौनं चैवास्मि गुह्यानां ज्ञानं ज्ञानवतामहम् यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदहमर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यस्यात् मया भूतं चराचरं नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप एष तोद्देशतः प्रोक्तः विभूतेर्विस्तरो मया यद्यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंश संभवम् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टव्याहमिदं कृष्णम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमन्महाभारते शतसाहस्रिकायां संहितायां वैयासिक्यां श्रीमद्भीष्मपर्वणि श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे विभूतियोगो नाम दशमोऽध्यायः। अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यमध्यात्मसङ्गितं यत्त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम। Yeah, we'll turn to the 16th chapter. Shodashodhyayah. Yeah, would you like to chant?
Yes, Nanaji.
Yeah, please.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच अभयं सत्त्वसंशुद्धि ज्ञानयोगव्यवस्थितिः दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम् अहिंसा सत्यमक्रोधो त्याग शान्तिरपैशुनम् दया भूतेष्वलोलुप्तं मार्दवं हीरचापलम् तेज क्षमा धृतिः शौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातस्य भारत। Fourth shloka, little
Continue.
down. Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. दम्भो दर्पोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चापि जातस्य क्षम्यताम् अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थसम्पदमासुरीं दैवी सम्पद्विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरीमता मा शुच सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातोऽसि पाण्डव द्वौ भूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्त आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु। प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च जनान विदुरासुरा न शौचं नापि चाचारो न सत्यं तेषु विद्यते असत्यं प्रतिष्ठते जगदाहुरनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतं किमन्यत् कामहैतुकम् एतां दृष्टिम् अवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्त्युग्रकर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमानबना क्षम्यताम् काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमानमदान्विताः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा सद्भाहान् प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रताः।
Yeah, Hari Om. That should read Mohat Gruhitva Asatgrahan Pravartante Ashuchivrataha. That avagraha is there. That yes type then. That
Yes.
Mohat Gruhitva Asatgrahan Pravartante Ashuchivrataha. Hari Om. Yeah, that will do. Now
Yeah.
we will
Mohad,
turn to
we will go
yeah.
to
So read.
मोहाद् गृहीत्वा असद्भावाः क्षम्यतां नानाजी I could not
No.
pronounce
Kamamashritya dushpuram
मोह
dambhamanamadhanvitaha mohat gruhitva asadgrahan pravartante ashuchivrataha.
अस्तु मोहाद् गृहीत्वा असद्ग्राह प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रताः।
No. Pravartante ashuchivrataha.
Ashuchi Vrataha.
This avagraha is there, that yes is there.
Astu, astu.
That indicates that this Shuchi Vrataha must be a negative thing. Ashuchi Vrataha.
Ashuchi Vrataha.
This
Ashuchi Vrataha.
avagraha indicates I is immediately before the next word.
Okay,
Ashuchi
okay.
Vrataha. Okay?
Got it.
Moha Gruhitva Asadgrahan Pravartante Ashuchi Vrataha. Okay. Yeah, we will turn to the first verse.
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes, Nanaji.
Yeah, no problem. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha Chaga Shantirapaishunam Daya Bhuteshu Alolutvam Mardavam Hrira Chapalam Teja Kshama Dhruti Shaucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. All these things happen for one who is born with these sampadas. These are called Daivi Sampada. These Daivi Sampada people are born with, and later on they can improve on that. What are all those things? Before we answer that Abhayam Satvasham Shuddhi, let us consider what was taught to us by the Purushottama Yoga. In the Purushottama Yoga, Bhagavan indicated 3 Purushas. Out of that, the first 2 he has mentioned, and the first 2 are Akshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha. And Uttama Purushastvanyaha Paramatmechudahvritaha Yo Lokatrayamavishya Bhibhatti Avyaya Ishvaraha. I am reckoning the last few verses of the earlier chapter. So Kshara Purusha. Kshara Purusha is what? The entire Jagat, which includes us. That means what? Is it Kshetram or Kshetrajnam?
Kshetram.
Kshetram, very right. So the Kshetram, Kshara Purusha is Kshetram. And Kshetram is what? Mahabhutani Ahankaraha, Buddhihi, Avyaktamevacha, Indriyani Dashaikamcha, Panchacha Indriya Gocharaha. All these things comprise the Kshara Purusha, that is the Kshetram. Akshara Purusha is what? Akshara Purusha is the Karanam for the Kshara Purusha. What is that Karanam? Maya. This Kshara Purusha is Mayodbhavam, Maya. And that Maya is got Akshara, that which does not wane. There is no tendency for it to decline. Imperishable Akshara. Kshara Purusha is Kshetra, and Akshara Purusha is not Kshetrajna, it is Maya. And Paramatma is saying, Uttamaha Purushastvanyaha. There is a third person who is superior to these 2 Purushas. Uttama Purushastvanyaha Paramatmeti Udahrataha. He is said to be Paramatma. Yo Lokatrayamavishya Bhibhatti Avyaya Ishvaraha. That Avyaya Ishvaraha, indeclinable Ishvaraha, Bhibhatti, he sustains all the 3 worlds. Ye Lokatrayam Avishya Bhibhatti Avyaya Ishvaraha. And he is, other than he is superior to the Kshara Purusha, Yasmat Ksharam Atitoham. I am the Paramatma. I am the Uttama Purusha. I am superior to the Kshara Purusha. Aksharadepicha Uttamaha. Even considered the Akshara Purusha, even considering the Akshara Purusha, I am Akshara Purushas Uttamaha. Atosmi loke vedecha pradhita Purushottamaha. I am known in the 3 worlds and through the Vakyas of the Shastra as the Purushottamaha. And this is the concluding verse, almost the concluding verse, the penultimate verse. What did Bhagavan say? Yo, whoever, Mameva, me alone, Mameva, asammudaha, without any mudha swabhavam, without any delusion. Janati purushottamam, whoever knows me as the Purushottama without any delusion, saha, that person, sarvavid bhajati mam, sarvabhavena bharata. He will always be one with me, sarvabhavena bharata. Now, to attain to that position, what is it we are required to acquire? We are required to acquire such those noble traits which will enable us to clearly understand this Purushottama. Uttama Purushastvanyaha Paramatmechudahvrutaha Yo Lokatrayamavishya Vibhatti Avyaya Ishvaraha Yo Mameva Asammudaha Janati Purushottamam Sa Sarvavid Bhajati Mam Sarvabhavena Bharata. So our endeavor is to attain to that status of appreciating the wholesome nature of Paramatma as the Purushottama. For us to gain that status, Bhagavan is giving us some means with which, after acquiring which, you will be a fit person to know that Purushottama. Otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult. That is why this is called Daiva Cha Asura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Daiva means Devatva. Okay? Daiva, Asura. Asura is what? Who is an Asura? Asusu Ramate iti Asuraha. Asusu means Indriyadheshu. Ramate, he will revel. He will be always in the pursuit of satisfying the sense organs. Indriyadheshu Ramate Saha Asuraha. He will be after satisfying the urges of the Indriyas and not worried about himself at all. And these people, these Asuras, generally, they are the Rajoguna and Tamoguna Sampannaha. Whereas this Daiva Purusha, Daiva Sampat, is attributed to the Sattva Guna. In the 14th chapter, we have seen what are all the outcomes of the Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, etc. Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam, Rajaso Moha Evacha, Pramada Moha Tamsaha, Bhavato Ajnanam Evacha. We have seen that. Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. That Jnanam, for it to take place, you shall have the Sattva Guna Pradhana. Not that you have to develop that. You are born with that, and afterwards you develop that. The seed in you is the seed of Sattva Guna, and the seed in the Asuras is the seed of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. And this Vibhaga, the division of these two, Daiva Guna and Asura Guna, that Sampat means that is a wealth. It is the wealth with which you are born. Daiva Asura Sampat Vibhaga Yogaha. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Tapaha Adyavam Ahimsa. Next verse. Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha. Yeah. Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha Chagaha Shantihi Apaishunam Daya Bhuteshu Alolutvam Mardavam Hrihi Achapalam Tejaha Kshama Dhruti Shaucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti. All these things up to the first line of the third verse, all those noble qualities, there are, if you count, there are 26 of them. He has given that. All those things, bhavanti, sampadam daivim. This daivi sampati, bhavanti, it happens, daivim, abhijatascha bharata. These 26 noble qualities people will be born with. And they are said to be born with Daivi Sampada. It's not as though you are born somehow and you have to later on acquire all these and develop. No, you are born with these things and you have a need to develop those, expand those, strengthen those, and make an effort to emphasize all those noble qualities are yours forever. All those things. What are those 26 qualities? Now, first verse. Abhayam. Abhayam. Abhayam is what? Fearlessness. You first go through the pratipadarthas. Abhayam, freedom from fear. Sattva samshuddhihi. Sattva means mind. The meaning of sattva is mind. Samshuddhihi means absolute purity. Purity of the mind. Sattva samshuddhihi. And what is the prabodha of Bhagavan from the beginning till now? Karma yoga anushtanam eva. Sattva samshuddhihi bhavati. The mana parishuddhyam is possible through karma yoga anushtanam. And what is karma yoga? The pillars of karma yoga. You must have Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Whatever activity you undertake, the phalam, you surrender to Ishvara. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. And whatever action you undertake, whether the result is good or bad, because you have already offered that result to Bhagavan, and when the result comes, whether it is Ishtam or Anishtam, you take it as prasada from the Lord. So prasada buddhi is the second one. Third one is asaktihi. You must do that unattached. You must undertake any activity unattached. Asaktihi, without any attachment, and with the Ishwararpana buddhi and prasada buddhi. Karyam karma kuru. Karyam karma is Shastra Vihita karma kuru. Karyam is what is required to be done by you. Considering the pursuit of yours in this world, okay, you have to do karyam karma kuru. Asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Karmanaiva hisam siddhim astita janakadayaha lokasangrahamevapi sampasyan kartum arhasi. In the third chapter, Bhagavan repeatedly mentioned this. This sattva samshuddhi is because of and owing to karma yoga anushtana. Then jnana yoga vyavastitihi. Jnana yoga. This is one word. Jnana yoga vyavastitihi. Established. Vyavastitihi means being established in that. What is that jnana yoga? We will see that. Okay. Then danam, charity. Damahacha. Okay. That is damaha is what? Damakaha.
Samadama is it that
Control over
control
senses.
of mind?
Indriya nigraha.
Control over senses.
Indriyas.
Bahyendriya nigraha. Is it not? Tattva-bodha. I think we should do Tattva-bodha, some sentences again. That and Atma-bodha, we'll see. Damaha. Okay? Shakshuradi Bahyendriya nigraha. That is Damaha. And what is Shama?
Shama is some control of the mind.
Mind, very right. Mano nigraha. Damaha is Chakshuradi Bahyendriya nigraha. Damaha is that. Shama is Mano nigraha, mastery of the mind. Yajnaha cha, yajnam, okay, the rituals. Swajhaya, you have to be on your own for the study of the Shastras. Recitation of one's own branch of Veda. Swajhaya. Now these Vedas we don't know what branch of Veda we belong to. None of us generally know, but we have not even opened the Veda book at all. So that means what? This Swajhaya means what? You will be required to be wedded to study of those texts which will reveal Atma, Anatma. That Viveka will be generated in you at least by intellectual appreciation, you will be able to know Atma Anatma Viveka. That kind of reading every day and without let or any hindrance is Swajjaya. Then Tapaha, austerity, okay? Austerity, this Tapaha is kind of linked to the Swajjaya also. Without any break, you must continue that. Like all of us have been continuing with the Zoom discussions of Bhagavan's Bhagavad Gita without any break, that kind of an austerity. You must be wedded to a kind of an ishta. This is going to be between 7 and 8 in the evening, Phoenix time. This is going to be Gita time, and I will not have any other pursuits at all. All other pursuits, no matter how important they are, they're relegated to tomorrow or after the class is over. I will not have anything interfering with the time of the class. That is austerity. Adyavam, alignment of thought, word, and deed. There is manasa, vacha, karmana, eki bhavaha. That adyavam, ahimsa. We will go to the second sloka later. Now we will cover each one of these separately. Abhayam, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. The first one he has mentioned is what? Abhayam. Now I'm asking you, do you ever fear yourself?
No.
No, you never fear yourself. Because you know why? You know why you never fear yourself? Because you are most lovable to yourself. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Yajnavalkya uvacha to Maitreyi in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati Maitreyi. Because of the love for yourself, everything else becomes as though lovable. Because of that, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. You never fear yourself. When you don't fear yourself, why is generally you are fear stricken? What do you fear? Why I'm saying this is, for us to win over this fear, we must understand the karanam for fear. What is the genesis for fear? The genesis for fear is very nicely mentioned in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad says, as long as you do not make any division between you and the other, there is no bhayam. The moment you make even an iota of difference between you and the other means other person or other being, other vastu, anything. Okay? The moment you make even a minute difference, then you will be fear-stricken. Taittiriya Upanishad says, let me read that mantra. 1 minute. The mantra says, Yada he vaishye tasmin adrushye anatmye anirupte pratishtam aso bhayam gato bhavati yada he vaishye tasmin udaramantaram kurute adhatasya bhayam bhavati. Bhayam Udaramantaram kurute. Aram means difference. Third, that is difference. That is different from you. If you consider anything is even minutely different from you, adhatasya bhayam bhavati, then to that person, bhayam bhavati, bhayam happens. If, on the other hand, in the first portion of the mantra I read, on the other hand, if you are seeing yourself in everything else, and everything else is Paramatma, and in that bhavana, adatasya bhayam gato bhavati, for that person, bhayam, this fear, as though gato bhavati, it will vanish. That bhayam will vanish. So what are we to do to get rid of this bhayam? We must have, like Bhagavan said in so many chapters, Atma upamyena samvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo mataha. Atma upama, that is, with that simile, that kind of a thing, that bhavana. This is Atma eva. And Atma is what? Asmat pratyaya vishayaha, my own self, that is. My own self. In everything I see my own self. There is no difference. What I see in the entire Jagat, Paramatma is Nibidi Krutam. He has entered everything that he has created. Again in the Taittiriya Upanishad it is said, Tat Sruštva, after having created, Tadevanupravishat. Whatever he has created, he has entered. And when he has entered whatever he has created, anything you perceive is Bhagavan. When you have that Utkrishta Bhavana, where is the chance for Bhayam at all? That is how to get rid of Bhayam. Then it will be Abhayam. Freedom from fear is kind of automatic. This can be Abhyasena to Kaunteya, Vairagyena cha grushyate, with this kind of Atma Anatma Viveka, and having the firm knowledge that anything that is perceived by you is indeed Paramatma, and Paramatma is none other than you, and you don't fear yourself, you don't fear Paramatma also, and the fear goes away. It has no basis. The fear goes away. So abhayam, sattva samshuddhi, purity of the mind. This purity of the mind, like we have said, karma yoga anushthanena, that is possible. Sattva samshuddhi, jnana yoga vyavastitihi, jnana yoga vyavastitihi. Jnana is what? Jnana is atma anatma viveka jnana, that is. Atma Anatma Viveka is the jnana. Okay? Yeah, there are some sounds. Can you please mute everybody else?
Sunita ji, kindly mute yourself, please.
Yeah, okay. Jnana is what? Atma Anatma Vivekam is jnana. And that yoga means what? That kind of a jnana nishtha. That yoga means that nishtha. You yoke yourself to that kind of a jnana. You kind of hold yourself all the time with that kind of a bhavana. Jnana yoga vyavastitaha. Vyavastitaha means you are rooted in that always. Jnana yoga vyavastitaha. Dhanam. Why it is required is Jnana yoga vyavastitaha. This is in and throughout our life. We will be experiencing a lot of sequences, some pleasant, some unpleasant, some very sorrowful, etc., etc. All those things can be taken with an equanimity of mind, provided you have this Jnana yoga vyavastitaha. When you are rooted in this kind of Atma Anatma Viveka all the time, vyavastitaha. Steadiness in contemplation is possible with this kind of a thing only. Dhanam, charity. Charity, it's not as though once in a while you give. Whatever you can give, please give. It may be through money, it may be through some used clothing that you have got. If some needy people come, Hey ma, please give me, I'm shivering, etc. Please give them so that they cover themselves. Charity. Anything that you can give happily, you give. Anything that is possible for you to part with, part with. That is dhanam. Dhanam, damaha cha. This dhamma we covered. Damaha is bahya indriya nigraha. Yajnaha. Yajnaha. Yajnaha is what? Whatever rituals you are undertaking. And it should be for lokahitardham. If you do anything for your own sake, it is not going to be beneficial for you in the Atma Jnana Samupadhyana. It will be equated to that Kamatmanaha Swargaparaha Janma Karma Phala Pradam Kriya Vishesha Bahulam Bhogaishwarjagatim Prati. That Kamakami, that people who will always be after the Abhilasha for Swarga, Abhilasha for a better birth and things like that. And they are not worried about Atmajnana Samupadhyana at all. And this Daiva Sampatti, Bhagavan is now talking in the first 3 verses, they are required, and people who are born with that will have to enhance those qualities. That is the import of the first 3 verses. So, Yajnaha means Lokahitardham Yajnaha, not Swalabardham. Swalabardham Yajnaha will be like Yamimam Pushpitam Vakyam Pravadanti Abhipaschitaha Veda Badarata Padha Na Anyadastiti Vadinaha Kamatmanaha Swargaparaha Janma Karma Phala Pradam. They have anything they undertake, they will have, what do I get out of this? That they will have the phala uppermost in their mind before they undertake any activity. Those people, these yajnas should not be limited to only that. It should be lokahitardhaya. Whatever you undertake must be beneficial to at least people around you, around the community in which you are living. Yajna, that is yajna. Swadhyaya, recitation of one's own branch of Veda. Again, Taittiriya Upanishad says, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Don't be careless regarding Swadhyaya. Don't be careless. You have to be convinced that is going to be a blessing to you. And what is going to be a blessing to you, you must undertake that without any break. Okay? Tapam, that tapam is what we have covered already. That is the austerity, which is linked to the Swadhyaya. Ajyavam manovakaya karmanam aham ekam eva karomi. That kind of a thing. With the mind, whatever I think, the same thing I will say, and whatever I say, I shall do. That is the alignment of thought, word, and deed. That is Arjavam. Ahimsa. Ahimsa. We know this ahimsa. What is ahimsa? You should not hurt anybody by your behavior, by your word, and by your action. Okay, behavior includes action. Okay, even body language should not be hurting. Some people simply, when somebody is saying something, they turn their back and walk away. That is himsa alone. If you're not interested, you say so cleanly. Hey, this subject I'm not interested. Please, can we talk of something else if you don't mind? That is a better way of treating the other person who does not know that this subject is of no interest to you. You say so. Ahimsa. Satyam. Satyam is whatever whatever is true. Satyam, and whatever is true should be hitam also for the other person. Satyam, and Satyam includes hitam, and it also includes priyam, what is likable. What is likable? What is hitam is what is beneficial. when you are talking to somebody, if what you are saying, even though it is true, if it is not going to be beneficial to that person, if it is going to be apriyam for that person, do not say. Do not say that. You need not say. You can keep quiet. Not that you should utter anrutam. No propagation of falsehood. But you can refrain from saying what you want to say, which may be the truth, if it is going to be apriyam for that other person and ahitam for the other person. Okay? And in the itihasas, there are several instances like this. There is one Rishi, Mandavya is the name. He is called Rishi Mandavya. Later on, he became Ani Mandavya. Ani is what? Ani is a kind of a stake, a steel rod. Ani Mandavya, which is part of his body. Ani Mandavya, he became. What happened is, when he will be doing penance, and that penance includes silence. When he is doing penance, a lot of soldiers of the king, they keep on running in that direction and come to this Mandavya Rishi, and ask him, hey, did you see any thieves coming here and hiding in your ashram? This Mandavya is because he has taken the vow of silence, isn't it? He could not talk. He did not talk. When he did not talk, the soldiers then went behind him into the ashram, and they picked up those thieves who have pilfered a lot of jewelry from the king's what do you call that? King's yeah.
Treasure.
What is that? The iron
Treasure.
safe or what? Correct. And they, you know what, the soldiers, they take this Rishi along with those thieves to the king. The Rishi has done what? He has not done anything. Only thing is, he kept quiet. He perhaps heard the thieves filtering, and he heard those steps, and that he knew perhaps that they are hiding in the ashram, but he could not say that because he was wedded to silence. That was the vratam. And that satyam, he did not say. What is satyam? Yes, they are hiding in the ashram. He did not say. He did not say because of two reasons. Number one, it becomes ahitam for the thieves. Secondly, apriyam for the thieves. Thirdly, it will disturb his vow of silence. Because of this, he did not say anything. He kept quiet. And when he was taken to the king along with the thieves, the king has examined all this and ordered that the Rishi must be staked. Staked means one huge spear must be pierced through his body. Yeah, he accepts that as a prasadam from the Lord. That is the karma yoga bhavana. It is the prasadam from the Lord. Karma yoga bhavana. And he happily he goes away, and he will be continuing his austerity of silence. Then what happens? From the neighboring provinces, a lot of other rishis come to know this. They, for fear of the king, they come in the form of some birds like parrots, and come to this rishi and talk to him in a consoling manner. What is this the king has done? We're very, very sorry for your state of affairs. Then also he does not talk. He is having the vow of silence. Then those people will be observed by the soldiers of the king, and they report to the king, hey Maharaj, there are a lot of people coming in the form of birds, and they are talking in human voices, and they are being very, very unhappy for what has happened to the rishi, and apparently there is some mistake. Then the king will again inquire into that and order the rishi to be released from this stake, that spear that is pierced into his body. You know what? They try to remove that. It does not come. Then they cut the spear, the ends of the spear from the front and from the back. And some 1 foot or 1.5 feet of the spear is still lodged in his body. That is called Ani. And from then on, he is called Animandavya. He is called Animandavya. This is a story from Mahabharata. Animandavya. Then finally, when he calls it a day and he drops his body, he happens to go to Yamadharmaraja and ask him, "Hey, Dharmaraja, what is it I have done to invite this kind of a wrath on me by the king? What is it I have done? I lived a very pious life throughout my life. Why is it you have punished me like this?" Then Yamadharmaraja says, "You know what, Maharshi, when you were a small boy, you happened to catch hold of butterflies and you used the thorns, the thorns of plants, and you have pierced the two limbs of the butterfly, and you started enjoying that. Okay, the butterfly was trying to get out of the stake you have created through the thorn. That is, the two fluttering wings of the butterfly are attached by you through the thorn. Because of that, you have incurred a sin, and that sin has given you this kind of a punishment." Then this Animandavya gets very angry. He says, "Don't you know, Yamadharmaraja, people who are under 12 years of age, whatever punyam cha papam they do, it does not accrue to them because they are unaware of what they are doing. It is not as though willingly, intentionally they have done some harm. They have, in their play mood, they have done something that is excusable, that is not punishable. And because of your action on me, I am cursing you now. You go and take birth in the Bhuloka." That is how that Yamadharmaraja becomes Vidura. Vidura, the prime minister of the Dhritarashtra. That is so. What I am saying is this kind of an attitude must be developed. Teja kshama dhriti shaucham madroho no ahimsa satyam akrodaha tyagaha ahimsa that we are on that ahimsa. It is not intentional on the part of Yamadharmaraja, but it is not intentional on the part of this Mandavya Rishi also. When he was a mere boy, he was in a play mood and he has done that. Those are pardonable. They will not come into the account of that person. That is one. Then there are a lot of people. There is another Rishi. Again, some king's armor, etc. was looted. Some thieves go away with a lot of guns and things like that, a lot of jewelry also. They will be hiding in one Rishi's ashram. And when the soldiers come looking for the thieves, the soldiers ask the Rishi, "Hey, did you see anybody coming this way? Any thieves?" Then you know what the Rishi says? He smilingly tells them, "Hey, what the eyes see, the tongue cannot describe. What the tongue can describe, it cannot see." You know how very cleverly he, as though, has not told the asatya vakyam, neither did he say anything which is apriyam to the thieves. So satyam, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. So whatever truth we want to utter, it should not be apriyam to somebody else, and it should be hitavakyam to others. Satyam akrodho. Akrodho means not having the disposition of getting angry too often, like that. Akrodho. Satyam akrodho tyagaha. Tyagaha. Tyagaha is renunciation. That is, you must have the capacity to disown what you have if the situation arises. Disown what you have. Hey, can you please give? Like it happened to Mahatma Karna. Karna had a lot of defects, but he had some positive values. Like whenever he offered the pranams in the morning to the Surya Deva, when he was doing Gayatri and doing the Tarpanam to Surya Deva, after that, anybody who asked him for anything, Karna always used to give. That is Tyagam. And he had that vow, I will not refuse anybody asking me. I shall give. That is a vow. That is austerity. That is a vow. Tyagaha, Shantihi. Shantihi. You must have the attitude of being very, very peaceful. Shantihi. You must be peaceful with yourself. When will you be peaceful with yourself? When you do not entertain all kinds of useless thoughts. And those useless thoughts only will trouble you. Okay? Those thoughts will trouble you, and those thoughts will generate some kind of either mitratvam or shatrutvam in the object of your thought. The object of your thought may be your neighbor. Object of your thought may be in a far off place, some friend of yours whom you really love, and you thought now that he is giving you a lot of trouble unnecessarily. This fellow is ungrateful. All kinds of things will give you ashanti. Shantaha. Apaishunam. Apaishunam is not having the tendency to report ill of other people. Apaishunam. Paishunam is you keep on narrating, hey, that fellow is very bad. You know what he has done. This is what he has done. I was telling him this is not correct, that you are a very good person, and he still has a lot of inimical thought about you. This is what he has said, and this is what indeed he always does. This kind of a thing is Paishunam. Why do you have to narrate the good, whether true or not? Why do you have to narrate the bad things about others to somebody else? Why can't you keep quiet? Why don't you keep it to yourself? Why don't you understand that it is his nature and he cannot be otherwise? When you have that a kind of a disposition which will grant a person will be what he is because of his samskara, then where is the question of Paishunam? That will not be there. Yeah, we'll cover this verse tomorrow again. Right? We are on verse number 2. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, all of you.
Hari Om Nana.
Hari Om Nana.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Nana.
Yeah. Thank you, Belaji, Mrinalini ji. Thank you. Bye.
धन्यवाद नाना जी.
धन्यवाद नाना जी.
Very beautiful, right? This whole thing is really nice.
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yeah, please share. It's very beautiful, very, very beautiful.
Belaji, I think it's just two verses and you are already sharing. Should you
Yeah,
be
I'm keeping
continuing?
this. Yeah. I'm keeping that. So I have the screen,
Ah,
my dear.
okay.
Yeah, I can just read and then we can discuss. I will just read, or someone else would like to read, then I will appreciate.
Yeah, I
Anybody?
can read it if you want me to, or anybody else want to read. That's fine.
Yeah, you can continue, Maharaji. The shloka, Shilaji can help Shilaji. Ki shloka also you will read, Maharaji.
No,
I will
yeah,
read it.
Leela
I
can
will
read,
read it.
or whoever wants to read slokas is fine.
Yeah, Madhuri ji, please go ahead.
Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Sanshuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Tapa Arjavam. Shri Bhagavan Uvach means said, Abhayam, freedom from fear, Sattva Sanshuddhihi means purity of mind, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi, steadiness in contemplation, Danam, charity, Damaha, and judicious restraint, Yajnaha, and the rituals, Swadhyaya, recitation of one's own branch of Veda, Tapas, austerity, Arjavam, alignment of thought, word, and deed. Is this the way I am supposed to read it? Is it okay?
Yeah. Please go ahead. The second
Okay.
verse as well.
Ahimsa satyam krodhastyagah shantir shantirapayishunam daya bhutashvaloke stvam mardavam rir chapalam. Ahimsa, absence of hurting. Satyam, truthfulness. Akrodha, resolution of anger. Tyagah, renunciation. Shanti, resolution of the mind. Apaishunam, absence of calumny, slandering. Somebody can explain this word? Absence of apaishunam.
I think tomorrow Nanaji will say, because even I have the doubt. So I think tomorrow Nanaji will take over. No, this he has still not reached this.
Okay.
Chapalam, absence of physical agitation.
Shanti tap hi hai na.
Which one is that?
Apaishunam.
Apaishunam, absence of
Oh,
calumny.
calumny and slandering. He said, don't talk bad about other people. Even if they are
Acha.
bad, we don't want to say anything bad about them. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he said
Thank you.
about calumny or slandering.
Bhuteshu, with regard to living beings. Daya, compassion. Aloluptaptvam, absence of ardent longing. Mardavam, softness. Hihi, modesty. Achapalam, absence of physical agitation. Tejah, kshama, dhrutihi, shaucham, droho, nati manita, bhavanti sampadam daivim Abhijatasya Bharat. Tejas means brilliance. Kshama means composure. Dhrutihi, fortitude. This fortitude word, Maharaji, Dhrutihi, fortitude. Anybody?
Ritihi, fortitude. I'll have to look it up. I think it's I don't know, it's fortunate or it's, I'll check it out.
Have we reached this third verse? But Nanaji has completed 2 only, right?
Yeah, only 2 today.
Okay, so are we supposed to read the PDF for these 2? Or should we go with the third? Abhayam. All these are the
Third we are not doing. Since we have time, if you want, we can read the PDF of first 2, or maybe just one, whatever we could
Yeah,
do.
there
because
is
it
an
helps a lot.
explanation. Sorry, I
Yeah.
have just, yeah, this Pratipadartha. You can read this Pratipadartha.
Shri Bhagwan said, freedom from fear, purity of mind, steadiness in contemplation, charity, judicious restraint, performing rituals, recitation of one's own branch of the Veda, religious discipline, alignment of thought, word and deed, absence of hurting, truthfulness, resolution of anger, renunciation and resolution of the mind, absence of calumny, compassion for living beings, absence of ardent longing, softness, modesty, absence of physical agitation, brilliance, composure, fortitude, cleanliness, no thought of hurting, and no exaggerated self opinion are there for the one who is born to the wealth of Devas. Arjuna. Each word here is a quality for the one who has cultivated or is born into the spiritual wealth. Daivi Guna Sampada, Daivi Sampadam, Abhijatasya. Each one of these has to be understood thoroughly. Yeah, really, we need to understand this. Anybody wants to explain little of these qualities?
I
Or
just
should
wanted
we
to tell you about the fortitude. What that means is courage in pain or adversity. So when somebody is, in their, she endured, for example, she endured her illness with great fortitude, meaning whatever that bad situation is, they are able to deal with it with courage. Yeah, that's what the fortitude is. Anyway, Nana will say it tomorrow. I mean, this is
Okay.
beautiful about the divine qualities, right? I mean, all this, he said about 26 of them on those 3 verses. And
Very
beautiful. Yeah. And then he gave the story about that Rishi, a couple of stories about it. That was really nice too. What really really got me is that freedom from fear, which is how you can get rid of the fear is that you see your own self in everything, so that you don't fear anything. So you love yourself, so you love others also. So if you able to do that, but as long as you think you are different from other people, that's when the fear generates. So as long as you have that saying, like you love yourself and you think your atma is this in everybody the same atma, then you don't have that fear.
how to contemplate on these all qualities actually, Elaji, Mrinalji, Maharaj? Because just reading and
Yeah, we really have to inculcate into, are we having the same qualities like the one we talked about, that what is the other one, the slandering thing, you don't want to talk bad about other people. That is one of those things, that we have to observe ourselves, aware of ourselves, how we are thinking, and see we have these kind of qualities and inculcate that instill ourselves. But it will come slowly, some of it we may have it already, but some we have to keep on.
I think we need to write it down on our diary.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I was going to say. As I was reading this for the first sloka, we got 8 of those. I didn't add the Arjun, that'd be 10. So we write down everything like Abhayam, Sattva, Jnana Yoga, Dhanam, Dhamma, Yajna, and Swadhyaya, and Tapas, Arjavam. So at least we take like 1 or 2 in a given thing, or all the 10 of them, you can remember it, see how much we are doing in a given day. Or take one quality at a time, see how much we are dealing with it.
Correct. We need to build it up at least if somewhere we are lacking.
Yeah, the very title is so beautiful. Description of becoming and unbecoming dispositions. As Nanaji began today with like the seed which we are born with is always sattva. So we are born with good qualities, but as we enter the world, I mean, this all Ajnana Avaran keeps on um, adulterating our soul.
True,
So we
true.
have to be just becoming aware of those tendencies, every
Can
time,
someone
like,
quickly? Yeah, sorry, please.
yeah, please go ahead, Mrinalji.
I just missed the story of the Anva Rishi or Muni who keeps quiet, seeing something. Most of it I lost because the internet was shaking. I couldn't hear it properly.
Some
Can someone
butterfly.
quickly tell the story?
Yeah, this butterfly, when he was a small child, he used to enjoy this butterfly in the garden, and I think he poked uh, the butterfly's wings or something like that. And same thing, he had to go through. When he is sitting in the ashram, he was going through his own practices of keeping silence, and thieves, they hide in his ashram, and when the king's people, they come in search of the thief, and they ask, and he doesn't open his mouth because he is practicing that silence, he's going through that tapasya, so he keeps quiet. And so in the way of punishment, because the thieves were hiding in his ashram, so for the punishment, the king, I think some iron stick or something is poked into his body, and it remains for a long time. And because of that, that special name is given to him in Sanskrit. So then afterwards, he asked the Yama that why this punishment came to me, what was my fault. So Yama tells him that when you were a child, you did these things, you have poked, you troubled the butterflies, and so that this karma has bounced back on you. Then he says, but up till the age of 12, nothing, just out of joy, the children do like this. So those papas are not counted. Then how come you gave me this kind of punishment? So he curses him, because that Rishi curses Yama, uh, that you will also suffer or something like that. You will have to come back to the Mrityu Loka in the body form because wrongly you have punished me. So and the Vidura comes in the Mrityu Loka. The Vidura is the incarnation of Yama. Isn't it something new? Totally new information.
Yeah. But then in his absence, who is taking care of the Yamaloka?
No, this is all automatic. Automatically, it is happening.
Yeah.
It's not that some
And
decision.
they do cut the spear, right? I mean, that's where when I missed, I had been
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, they
Hearing.
did cut the spear, but then he couldn't get it out completely. So he
Mhm.
stuck with the spear in
Acha,
him.
they cut and they do what? I mean, I couldn't hear that part. Nothing. They
Oh,
just cut it. Is it?
you know what? That he is called Animadaya. Or that Muni is called Animadaya, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, they see when all the rishis who comes and find out what unfair thing happened to him in the form of birds and all that, right? The soldiers found out and then they reported to the king, saying in the human voice, this other people are saying this is a mistake that the king did, hurt him with the spear. Then the king realizes and he incurred into it and he finds out that he's not the one did it. He's not the cause for it. So he was trying to take out the spear, but it wouldn't come out of him. So they cut it in front and back of of him and let whatever it's inside his body, that let him live with that. Like, if people get gunshot, right? Sometimes the bullet go and lodge somewhere in the body. As long as it's not hurting anything, they are able to survive. They leave it there. They don't go and search for it like that. Maybe this.
No, even for the small operations, we also put that steel rod inside. No, when balls or
Yeah,
when
right.
joint is
Replacement, things like that. They do put it in there, like
and
a
it becomes a
cross.
part of your body. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So
So
like that.
like that, he was left with it. So he is called Ani. Ani, like Ani is like, I don't know, Ani or Ani, like a nail. He had that in his body. Like rest of it, like what Madhuriji said.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we thought Vidura is Vishnu. Some places they say he is a version of Vishnu, but then he's Yamadharma. Everybody
Yeah,
has.
very much new information for me, and it may open
Which is
very
probably
the
true,
heart.
we can't have too many. I mean, of course, Vyasa is Vishnu Rupaya. That's what we say, Vyasa Munivar. So Vyasa is father of Vidura. So maybe he's another form that he had to come and learn.
Yama had come on the earth in the physical form of Vidura. That is a completely new dimension
Yeah,
because Vidura's part played in the Mahabharata is very great. He was
Yeah.
the one knowledgeable, they say, one of the knowledgeable persons who knew
Mm.
exactly who Krishna is.
But
How
helpless
he's
again,
staying
no?
in the
He
Dharma
was
side, right?
helpless. He
Yeah,
couldn't do much.
Yeah, but he knew at
Mm.
least. Otherwise, hundreds and millions people were there around Krishna. Hardly two, three people could understand Krishna, and Vidura
Correct.
was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
called Gita Gita.
knowing that he is the incarnation of Yama is giving a very different dimension to our understanding. Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
And Yama is son of Sun.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mrityu Devta is the son of Sun, Surya Devta. Oh my God,
yeah. There's,
beautiful,
you
right?
remember there was some story we read like he was talking about it in that glories of, that time he mentioned about all those things. So there's another story, but he said
And there
about,
is one more story he told about truthfulness only again.
yeah, the one thing I would like to say, there's Atma, the Jnana Yoga Vastitihi, the steadiness in contemplation. You mentioned about that the Jnana is about that Viveka, what is Atma and Anatma. And then Vivastitihi, that is like the rooted in the Jnana Yoga. That yoga is being Nishtha, that's what he was explaining. The Jnana Yoga Vivastitihi. And Pranam, whatever you can give, either monetarily or volunteer or whatever you can do. And the other, Shanti is peaceful, Dhamma is judicious in okay, this is Dhamma is that controlling the senses, right? That he, what did he say about this one?
Yes, yes. My controlling manonigraha.
No, that Mano Nigraha is that Sama. Dhamma is the Indriyas.
Indriyas.
Controlling of them. Shamadama Titiksha.
Hmm. What about another story? It was again about the truthfulness.
That story is the Rishi, like the thieves, come and put all their things, whatever they stole, into that ashram, and the soldiers will come and ask the Rishi, did you see any of these thieves? That time he, being truthful, right? Like Satyam, for Satyam, you want to speak the truth, but then at the same time, he doesn't reveal these people who stole it. He doesn't say that either. So he was saying it differently, like what eyes can't see, the tongue cannot tell, or something like that. The tongue, the vice versa, he said something similar. That so they couldn't make out anything and they just left. So if you say the truth, that you are doing some harm to these thieves, that human, I mean, you can't call them as thief, maybe as a human, you don't want to hurt that person, so you want to say something, yes, you didn't see what they did, so that I cannot say anything about it. So that's what the meaning was. So that was the second story he mentioned.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
Can we help each other?
but my question is, yeah, you're right. We don't want to do that, but then what happens for the injustice, right? Like, how do we, I mean, we don't want to be responsible for that, or I mean, how does that work? But we didn't have time to ask about that question. Like
Yeah,
in
because
society, lot
it's
of
like,
things happens, right? Like injustice, so to people. So how do you deal with that part? I don't know that.
yeah,
So
because if something is happening bad in front of you and you keeping quiet, you are party to that crime, isn't it?
true, but then I don't want to discuss that. I mean, that is what we want to talk to him tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah, okay. Who will ask the question?
we can ask him, if you ask any questions, then we can ask that question. What if we said about the story about Satyam, right? We'll ask him that question. What if we see some injustice happening in front of your eyes? How do you respond to it? Maybe we can ask him like that.
Yeah, we can ask him like that.
Mhm. Okay, so that's pretty much what I got. I mean, I know Balaji also said that was really nice. That topic itself, what we have to be becoming, unbecoming. So whatever, um, uh, that was my other thing too. Like, okay, how did this? There is always good people. There is some bad people. So uh, people all born the same, like all with the good things. But then I think as we growing up, all this adding on that good qualities versus bad qualities uh, through whatever situations, the environment, or what I don't know, are there karma palas or what triggers that part of it. So that is also, I had that question about that.
I was just thinking when we were listening to the story of the rishi who was keeping mound, the kind of, I don't know how many of us have done the silence course. We are tempted
Silent
to
course, yeah.
speak for, uh, tempted to speak here now and then, want to communicate somehow. And I was just thinking like that Rishi could have, signed it to those people like, oh, he's sitting there. He need not have spoken. I mean, that kind of silence we observe during the course, I feel.
That is the
And it
strength of
is so
the
wrong.
tapas, right? The tapas that he's doing, he is firm in what he's doing. So whatever happens, he didn't want to
Correct.
move away from it. The silence, whatever
Yeah.
he was following.
Madhuriji, she assists the course, right? A silence course, and she must have observed so many people not keeping the kind of. But I remember the silence course which we did for the first time. We were not even having eye contact. May not
See,
have been to that extent, but yes, we did really keep very good silence to an extent that we locked one of our roommates in the room because we were not communicating. That person, of course, he was a man, and it was in Rishikesh. We were sharing, four of us, we went from here, and he was in one room, and three of us were in one room, and but we were sharing one bathroom. And just we would hear the sound, and okay, this person has finished. We would just go, no eye contact at all, and somehow there was no sound. So we thought, and we were observing each other, like, oh, she went, and then we all went and locked the room. That person had to go to the second floor and jump from there. For yeah.
no, but this practice of silence has helped us a lot, no doubt about it. And nowadays, definitely, uh, the quality of silence the new people are doing, no, it's going down day by day because they very frequently use the mobile. They go through all the information. And you can't have a check on them, no. They keep in touch with their offices, their families, and like they keep the silence only during the session, and after the session they miss that concept of complete silence for 2.5 3 days, day night, that doesn't seep into their minds.
But yeah,
That
when you
much
say
shallowness
silence,
has
it
come
is
in.
something, it's a complete meaning, like your mind and body and environment, everything to be that
Yeah, so
kind of
quality is
silence.
declining, no doubt about it.
That's right.
We
And
used
if
to
you
keep the
uh,
silence was very different.
different, and if you observe when you're totally silent and there is no urge to communicate, that is the time when people will understand through your vibes that, oh, this is needed over here, or this is needs to be done.
Correct.
Only then you will get to know through vibes or just the body language you would do. I mean, not intentionally, but the other person exactly knows what is needed to be done over there. But
Correct.
that happens only with the true silence, without any
Because
intention to
you get
communicate.
access,
I have seen that. Yeah,
you get access to the subtler levels, no. So the
correct.
manometa is common for everyone. So you get all those siddhis when you totally go into that silence. But explaining it to the people, especially youngsters and all, it is beyond. They need to go through that whole thing sincerely. No, that sincerity is lost now. It is not the way it was, Belaji. Belaji or
Yeah,
Mrinalji.
yeah.
So there is definitely the quality is very different. For us, they used to be like they used to instruct us, even observe the thoughts also. Just be with yourself. And sometimes the day one used to be very agitating because so many things from within used to surface. These people, they don't allow only to come out, and those all inner things. बहुत फर्क है अभी.
I think people who have not yet gone through this process of keeping silence, it's a wonderful process. Uh, you'll come out as a different person altogether.
True. Very necessary. It strengthens that Shama and Dama, all these qualities. More silence program.
Yeah. Are we done for today or
Yes.
some more time?
Yeah, anyone would like to share anything more? Sunita ji, Simi ji, Shaila ji, Maharaj ji, anyone would like to share?
Jai Gurudev.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jai Gurudev.
it's a
Sorry.
word
Yeah, please
dhruti.
share, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's the word dhruti. In Chayana's Swadhyay, he said there is no exact meaning in English. It has to be understood. So it says, what he explained is, when you take up something and you stick to that, and no matter what, then it is dhruti in that particular karma. That is precisely, that is what I remember. Let's see what Nanaji says about dhruti.
Is it the sustenance? Like हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, oh, that person, don't give that responsibility to him or her. She won't be able to complete it properly. And sometimes, oh, that person, yeah, 100%, whatever you give responsibility to him or her, she will properly complete it. I think this is the dhruti, your
Could be,
capacity to
could be
sustain and go through.
95%.
Pardon?
Could be 95% what you have explained.
Yeah, I think it is really, we need to understand dhruti and inculcate that more and more in our personality. ये सब
Jai Gurudev.
About first story and second story. In first story, being in silence, he was with Satya for himself, but not for the thieves. In second story, the Rishi explained it in such a way that he was in Satya and it was not harming the and he was not with the asatya of thieves. That is what I understood.
beautiful.
Jai Gurudev.
Yeah, Jai Gurudev. This was just a suggestion, the different points that we were reading in PDF. Can we contemplate on it one by one? There'll be some points where we'll understand, we'll be knowing the meaning. But on the others, if we could talk between ourselves or ask Nana the ones we are not really knowing. Just a suggestion, how everybody wants it, we can do that way.
Yeah, I too, from since last 10-15 minutes, I'm saying the same thing.
Can you just clarify once again, Sunita ji? I did not get. I'm sorry, I did not get what you meant. You mean to say that?
What I was saying was that when we were reading the PDF of the different points that we should inculcate in ourselves. So some of them we don't understand. I mean, I don't understand. So if we could talk on that.
You mean today we read about that Dhruti? Is that
Yeah.
the word you are pointing out?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't
Yeah,
know. It was, yeah.
Dhruti,
yeah.
we have not come up to.
Arjava.
Dhruti, he has not explained yet. So we can leave it
Even
for
Arjava.
tomorrow.
Nee, it's
Arjava.
not. See, the different points that he mentioned, the PDF mentioned we should inculcate in our nature, in our sanskara. So if we could just discuss about it, the meaning, elaborate more on that.
You
Like
mean
one is
Manana?
we should not talk bad about others. We should be in silence. So like this, there'll be other qualities which we should inculcate.
Yeah, the chapter begins with those qualities, my dear, right? Ahimsa, all those qualities today. Nanaji began today with those qualities. So I still did not understand. Sunita ji, you want Nanaji to focus? I mean, we ask Nanaji tomorrow. You mean for those words which we are not clear, like you said, Dhruti, Madhuri ji said Arjavam.
I
Should we
think
ask?
Simiji wants it to be discussed now. Is that right?
If one of us knows the meaning, fine. Otherwise, it can be done tomorrow.
Yeah, Dhruti, Nanaji will take tomorrow for sure. Arjavam.
No, the one which he has explained, what she's trying to say, Belaji, is whatever he has discussed today, we can elaborate on those points. That's what she's trying to say. So each one, if you are comfortable knowing the meaning, that person can talk about it. This is what she is trying to say. Am I right,
And
Simiji?
with example,
Actually,
how Brahmavadi does.
Am I right, Simiji? What you're trying to say?
can I see the PDF of verse 1 and 2? Then maybe I'll be able to
It is
share it.
sharing, no? It's been shared, no?
Yeah, but I have not taken out the.
This one,
Uh,
my dear.
yeah, see this one's. Yeah, the different points that we should inculcate, like like this freedom from fear, purity of mind, steadiness in contemplation, judicious. If all these points we can talk about, like absence of calorie, I won't know that meaning. Nay, what you were saying was fine. The different word meaning was not clear. So that is what I wanted. You were right.
Yeah, so here freedom from fear, as Nanaji said, that when you are in that Advaita, when you feel that the other person or the other thing around me is nothing but myself only, right? Advaita. So you will not have fear. When do we
Okay.
have fear? Because see, fear of our own self we never have. He began with that, right? We never fear about our own self because we love ourselves so much. So we do not have fear from our own self, but we have fear from others, maybe people, situation, or things around us. But when we consider them that they are the myself only, they are all myself, as Bhagwan has been telling from so many chapters, right? That they are all, I mean, when you consider that they are none other than you only, then that fear is also gone, right?
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
all antakaran shuddhi agar hoti hai, when we have pure
Let's go outside.
antakaran, yeah, then there is no fear. Yeah, right. We raga dvesha ke bina jab, when we have that state of mind, when we have achieved that state of mind where we do not have any likes or dislikes for anybody, right? Because we are fearless, we know what is going to happen. Okay, I'm not worried whether that person will harm me or not harm me, right? So
Yeah.
because it is a part of me only.
Mhm. And
Purity of mind.
what is judicious restraint?
Judicious restraint means you try to be, sometimes you try to be away from the Kshanti word Bhagwan had said in the, I think I did not remember the name of the chapter. Kshanti, accommodative. You try to be accommodative according to the people. Sometimes so many people are, they want to prove themselves right? And you know from your bottom of your heart that he's wrong. But to make the situation peaceful and accommodative, you try to keep silence, or you try to have your body language in such a way that you are not opposing. That is, you are judicially, you are trying to restrain from those situations which will create some, create some as some kind of agitation in your mind.
Okay.
I hope
Thank
I'm
you.
clear.
Yeah, you're very, very much. And absence of calurni.
Yeah, I think that Dr. Mara, you had said that defined. Would you mind helping? Absence of, because Nanaji has still not taken that, but
Okay. Yeah. Rest points are very much uh, clear to me. Thank you so much.
yeah. The main point is when we are free from the fear, most of the things happen because we are fearful. What will he think? What will she think? Or what the situation will prove me? All the time we are bothered for that. So once we are have accepted that everything around me is myself only, then Gurudev says, no, even non-living things, you will be so compassionate. I mean, the way he does the puja and everything, it is so beautiful. The way he touches the flower, the way it's even with non-living things, or he is so compassionate.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share anything? Maharaji, absence of calumny, if you can just focus, because you had, I think you had described it very well. Are you there, Maharaji? I think she is. Anyone would like to share?
My personal this thing is we really need to contemplate and discuss little more deeper these qualities so that it gets embedded in us, like with
Yeah.
some examples and little bit.
I think my personal suggestion is that Jnanavali, what is being shared by Brahmaraji, every day try to meditate on those words, no? Asangoham. It is so very beautiful. I was thinking that if we can find one common time, maybe in the afternoon, or I don't know, after Navratri, I had suggested Brahmaraji and she agreed also, where we can meditate upon these Jnanavali, the Mahavakyas and Sutras, it is so
Yes.
beautiful.
I'm very much for it.
Yeah, I have
100,000.
suggested. Once she's back, I think we can plan.
Even
Or
I
maybe,
also think we can start it even now so that Pratah Smarami, then Brahma Jnanavali Mala, just going through it in 10-15 minutes once is nothing registers. They are just the words for us. But we really need to go deeper into each and every word and contemplate and be with it. तभी वो
yeah,
inner इसमें register होगा.
yeah. Tomorrow we will take some guidance from Nanaji, like if he's willing. As such, we are running short of time. Every day he's saying. So we will just try to ask him if he can guide us how we do that. If we focus only on those Jnanavali shlokas and then meditate upon them after the contemplation, or maybe as per our free time, because this is the peak time. We have so many things to do in the morning. So we can find out some other time and we can meet and discuss or meditate.
Yes, we must meet. We must meet.
Yeah, even I'm with Madhuri ji that all these points which are written in this, we should maybe do more manana and more in detail. Thank you.
Jai Gurudev.
One just request I would like to do to Bela ji. Bela, what I could do is I can the shlokas which I was sharing today, I can compile those together and put it on the WhatsApp group, because day after tomorrow I'm traveling, and I may not be able to do that for next 8 days or so. So someone can come up and share it.
Yeah, no problem, Madhuri. Mrinal ji,
Mrin-
no problem. Kindly put it, share it with me on WhatsApp or whatever. It will be
Okay,
very appreciable. If because I don't have laptop, no, I'm not able to
correct.
compile those.
Yeah.
So from tomorrow, 11th chapter and
Yeah. Tomorrow
16th
I will be able to. Tomorrow I'll be able to do. Day after tomorrow will be the problem.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what I could do is next few shlokas until 15th I can do it. 15th, 16th I can do it together, and then put it to you. Either you could put it on the group or whatever. Huh?
Yeah.
So
No
anybody
problem.
who is available can share it.
Yeah. No
All right.
problem. Yeah,
Okay.
anybody, because in this meeting it is not required to be host or anything.
Correct.
These meetings are so well arranged by Brahmaraji that you don't need to be host. You can share
Oh,
without
that's
being
right.
host.
So would it be good idea to post it in the main group so that whoever is available, it is available for everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, and
Okay.
another help I wanted, Belaji, Madhuri ji, there was somebody who mentioned that the Sudarshan Kriya happens at 5 a.m. if anybody wants to join. So I was keen if I could get the link.
Okay. I
I
will.
forgot who
This is
suggested.
Simiji, right? This is Simiji.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll personally post it to you. It
Yeah.
happens every day.
Okay, thank you so much,
Okay.
ji. Thank you so
I'll
much.
do that.
And I'm really blessed to be in this group and getting all the, contemplation about the manana. Thank
Yeah,
you.
me too.
Yeah,
It
we all
pushes
are
us,
grateful for each
helps
other.
us to, yeah, it helps us to take step and move forward in this path. Beautiful.
Yeah, so shall we, anybody else would like to share anything? Tomorrow, the question, I think Dr. Mara has question, no? If she can ask when Nanaji, if Nanaji, if at all asks, then we can ask him. Okay. So anybody would like to say the Shanti mantra and we can close the meeting? Simiji, Shilaji, Madhuriji, anyone can say Shanti mantra, please.
Simiji, you want to? Okay, I will do. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Jai
Hari
Gurudev.
Om, Dhanyavad, Jai Gurudev, everybody.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.